Welcome back, and today's card is a 7x7 double block pop-up card. This is a 6 3/4, but the envelope 7x7, and it should still fit in an envelope. It's still quite nice and short, but it'll have to go in at 8x8 because we have a little bit of a stick out. But this is our card today, so let's get started. Today's card, you're going to need a 7x7 card blank. Well, this is 6 3/4. The envelope is 7. Or you can make your own card blank and do it any size you want once you know how to do the inner workings. I'm just going to now, I've taken some backing papers from Chloe's paper pad, the beautiful butterflies, which sadly is no longer in stock. I'm going green today. I'm going to do greens. I'm not sure which is going where. I need one of these to go for these two pieces, and then one for on the front. So let's work out our measurements for that. So we're going to need, and most of my measurements are going to be in centimeters today, so I think I'll do all the mats and for you in centimeters as well. So I'm going to need 16 centimeters by 16 centimeters. So I'm going to need 3 of them, 1 for the front and 2 for the inside. Now I'm thinking, because I also, once we've made this part, you need them for here as well. So I'm thinking the writing could be for the inner piece there. And then maybe this on the inside is a little bit harsher. And then the lighter one for the front. Yeah, I like that. So I'll pause you while I get that cut. So I have my mats cut. We're just going to stick them on now. Cloud glue as always. Some glue on the back. Just like so. There is a way up for this pattern paper. So just be aware when you're choosing. Maybe non-directional would work. But that's on that piece. There we go. And for the inside, I've got these 2 pieces here. So let's start with this one. There. Put that piece onto there. Bring it over so it's a bit flatter. Get rid of that. Out my way. Stay. Thank you. So that's that piece on. And then this piece on. Time to fill up my glues again. That feels like never ending. Let's go that way. There we go. Making sure they are at the same height as well. Each side's equal. Almost. There we go. I think I'm going to bring that just ever slightly over that way. There we go. So while these are waiting, we can get on with the next step, which is making this piece. Okay? To make the mechanism part, we're going to take our 200 GSM. It's quite a nice smooth card. And we need to cut it. Was it 25? 1 second. Yes, 24. There. And we're only going to need 1 of these by 15.2. Now, because we're doing a 7x7, we could go to 15.5, but that means we've got to rework our blocks. So I'm just going to stick with the 15.2. So we have something like this. Then we need to score it equally. And because we know this is 24, it's in 6 centimeters. So we score at the 6 centimeter line. 12 and the 18. And we will have 4 equal parts. Hopefully that's coming up there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with a ruler and a pencil, from each end on the short side, on this side, we want to mark down 4.5 centimeters. Okay, so I'm just going to put my ruler to the top on the centimeter side and mark the 4.5 that side, and then mark the bottom 4.5, and then spin and do exactly the same. So we got 4.5, and again at the bottom 4.5, just there. Then this gap in between our 2 points should be 6-ish. Yep, 6. Yeah, 6. Now we need to cut from this pencil mark down to the first score line. So if you can't quite see the score line because we haven't folded yet, just put a little pencil mark on that score line, just so you can see where we are marking. So I've got little marks there now. And then with a ruler, now you can just go ahead straight away, cut this if you want to eyeball it. But I'm going to just put in some pencil marks, like so. Okay, and then I can cut straight off. But if you're confident just to take a metal ruler and a blade, absolutely do that straight away. Take it straight off. I'm not always that straight with metal ruler and a craft knife, so I always like to draw it in and then cut it off. So we're taking the corners off, just like that. Now, these big scissors I have had for many years now, and they come from the Poundland store. They're just wallpapering scissors, just cheap wallpapering scissors, all you need. Okay, and then with a bone folder, we are going to fold in half, like so. And we're going to fold it back on itself. We need it going both ways. Okay, just like so. Now, this is going to sit in the middle of our card. This is where it goes in the middle. Then we need to bring these ones over and really burnish them. Over again, give it a good burnish with your bone folder. Now, when you fold, you might find that they lip a little bit. So find the one that's lipping, which is this side, and take a small slither off. It's about 1 millimeter. It really is just a slither. So we've got a nice bit of a gap. Okay. Oh, over that way. Scissors away. Now we need to cut 2 more pieces of card that will measure 25 by 6. Okay, so you need 25 by 6. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them now. Cut them on screen. So we need 25. Oops. You could go a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to go 25.5. So I've got a little bit more of a tab to hold the box together by 6 centimeters. And we're going to need 2 of these. Okay, so there's 1 and then 2. And I'm doing this all out the 200 GSM. You can, any colour. I'm just doing white because I'm going to put pattern paper all over it anyway. My bib has decided to have a hissy fit. There we go, put that way. So, oh, no, we need that back. So now we're going to score, again, because we've done everything, we need it at 6 centimetre mark. So again, we're going to score at the 6. Oh, not with the cutter, we're not. Get rid of the cutter. There we go. So we're going to score at 6. The 12. Hoping this is coming, yeah. 12. Is this coming on the screen? Kind of, yeah. And then 18. And then again on the 24th. So you're going to have a nice, is that 1/2 inch tab? Yeah. Okay. So we do that on both pieces. So we score at the 6. And if you did this just in paper, give it a dummy run so you know how it all goes together before you use your good cardstock. Always make a template. And then again on the 24. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Now, all we do here is we burnish all our score lines. I probably don't need to use a bone folder. Just like so. Okay. And do this one in like that. In fact, I don't need that. This is quite, it's only a 200 GSM. It's not that thick. And then later, in a little bit, we're going to be sticking the tab over. So we'll end up with a box like this. Okay. But before we do that, let's go ahead and put our mats in here. Now we know this is 15.2 and this is a 6 centimeters. So my mats for this, I think, are gonna be, let's go with 14.8 and then 5.8. Yeah, 5.8. So 14.8 and 5.8. So I'll get them cut now. To make the side pieces for the inside of our pattern piece there, you are going to want 2 pieces that are 14.2 long. It's a little bit odd that, but it's fine. By 5.6 wide. Okay, and you'll end up with this. And then you're going to measure on one piece. We'll do it this side. 4 and, I think I did 4.8. Yes, I did 4.8 from either end. Okay, 4.8 from either end, and then you're going to cut from the diagonal up to your point. Then when you make the second one, because I've got directional paper, so I need to make sure that they're the right way around. So that's up that way there. So because of the way the writing goes, this one will go on there, but I need to flip this one. Just flip it over, line it up, and then cut the corners. Just cut off the corners like so. There we go. So I'll have one for this side and then one for that side. Then you've got your 2 pieces for in the middle, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick them down. Because I want to cover this completely, this side on the outside, I've cut 2 strips. These are 5.9 centimeters. Okay, and I'm just going to put glue on this part. Just on this bit. Let's get that bigger dauber there. Stick this on like so. Okay. Make sure that's straight on there. Not there. We go. And then I'll stick the other side on while we're waiting for that to dry. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut the corners off. This isn't directional. This is still from the same paper pad though. And down. There we go. Oh gosh. There we go. Don't worry too much if you're going to get glue on there. We're going to stick our boxes over the top at some point, but they're our next piece to decorate. There we go. So while that's drying, because we don't want this moving anywhere, we take our 2 boxes now or pieces that will be the boxes. Put that flat, put that flat, put that flat. Thank you very much. Now we need to work out, if you've got some dies that this size, absolutely do that. And I think these are 6 by 6 centimeters. Yep. So I'm going to go 5.8 by 5.8 matte layers. And I'm only going to put the one layer on here. But when we put this together, we'll be stuck there. In fact, I might go, let's do that now. Let's stick these now and then I know where. Because you don't need to do all the sides. 2 of the sides are going to be stuck down. So one there and one there. So all we do now, I've got the glue on my tab. I'm going to fold it down and bring this one over. Okay, just like so. Leave that there. So what I'm going to do is lay this one down like that. So the tab's there with the glue, and then bring this one over. Put the glue away in there. There we go. Glue away. Now, because I've got this pattern paper on the outside, I've got this on the inside. I don't necessarily want, and then when this goes in, I'm going to have this. So I need maybe go back to this one, I think, for me mats on my box. So we said we needed 5 by 5.8 by 5.8 squares. So let's see my scraps if we can do that. No, we can't. So we're gonna need, no, that's right. Okay, so let's get another piece out, just there. So you want 5.8. And we're gonna need 4. 5.8. One there. One there. Oh, come on, there we go. 5.8 there. You can do a matte and layer if you want to. It's not that thick of a card. You'd get away with it. I just don't want it too bulky in the middle. And then 5.8. We just need one more. 5.8 just there. Okay, so we've got all our mats that we're going to need for our boxes. Okay. So this is my tab edge, the open edge. So that's going to be stuck that way. So all we need to do is this one and this one, like so. Because this edge and this edge is going to be stuck to the card itself. So we only need to cover these 2 edges. So I've got a dark, and then 2 lighter ones. I think I want the lighter at the bottom. Do it that way. Oh, hang on, this is directional, isn't it? So we can't, we go that way, that one, and that one. Oh, there we go. They kind of match together. That's fine. So let's put some glue. Oh gosh, dropping everything. Put some glue on the back of our mats. Again, I'm using clay. It's just to keep it nice and sturdy. You don't have to. You can use PVA, tape, whichever you prefer to use. I'm very much a Kalau girl. PVA. There we go. There's one. And then the second one. Keeping the glue in the middles. You can push it down if you want to. Pop that one onto there. There we go. Just like so. We've got our mats, bring that over just a wee bit. So we need leave that to dry, and we'll do these 2 bits. So there's my tab there that I've glued my tab. So that's going to go down onto the card. So I need to put glue this side and this side, me matte layers. Let's start with this one. Oh, off screen there, sorry. going to put first one on. You can go slightly smaller on your mats if you want to. I should have done on that one. That's okay though. That'll be fine. Oh, stay. And then this one goes that way up. So again, glue on the back. Glue onto that one. There we go. Glue that down. Right, so now while they're drying, so our 2 boxes are drying, put them to one side. Now I'm going to cut off these 2 pieces here. Wherever my scissors are gone. There we go. And this is where, if you're a little bit uneven, you can even up your white edges now. Just like that, see? Perfect. And then, there we go. And then just a little bit off that one. There we go. Move that all out of the way. Now, which way is our card? That way is our card. So now we need to stick this into there. So score line on the score line, okay? Just up to the score line there. And then glue this, okay? And as I've got my colour out, that's the one I'm going to use. So, oh gosh, big goopy there. Let me get that. Because we don't want those there. Right, so big. If you've got big goopies, don't worry. We'll just spread it out. Spread it just a wee bit. Right, so I haven't gone down the score line with me glue. It's to either edge. Make sure up the right way. And we're going to stick down. Just like that. Oh, stay. There we go. Let me just get rid of this glue on my finger. Put the lid on for a second. And then this is our card. So score line to score line. Okay. And then when we fold it, we can fold it in half. And there's not too much bulk at the moment. So this at the moment will still go in an envelope. She says. It should do. But the tutorial where I got this from, she done a belly band and then popped it in a bag. It depends on what kind of gift you're giving. Oh, we slipped. There we go. We slip it. There we go. So make sure we're completely stuck down. So we're not moving at all. Okay. Now, our boxes, like I said, this piece of big glue, I'm going to put glue on here, and it's going to, you're going to fold the first piece over. This score line is going to go up to that score line there. So this will be stuck just like so. That's how it'd be stuck, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here. Again, I'm using colour. It's just what I've got on my table. But honestly, whatever you are comfortable with using. I don't like tape so much. Once you've got the tape down, it's hard to get it back off, especially if you're using red liner tape. So I'm going to pop, let's line that up a little bit. You want it in the middle of our, there we go, that there. And then as that folds down, you can fold that down. Equal space. Oh gosh, but don't move it, Tammy. Oh, I do have a habit of that. Playing before it's ready. Okay. Then as that pops back up, you're going to go like that. Okay. So keep that down. And then once that's ready, yay. I do like it when it works. Right, so for this one, oh, do you know what I did? I've put this upside down, which is one reason why I love Kalau, because we can take that straight back off, put it straight back down on the glue part though, Tam, on the glues. There we go. Make sure you lift it up. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! What a save. There we go. And then for this side, making sure we're the right way up. Oh, it wouldn't be a my card if I didn't have a mistake or two. And then glue, glue. We don't have to go too far to the edge because it's going to sprinkle out. Right, so turning this page over, so we're on this side. And then we are about over a bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. About there. There we go. Wipe off any excess glue while it's still wet, because we can. Okay, and then we're going to just gently lift it up. Push it back if you want to. And back that way. There we go. Now we need to wait for these to dry before we can do anything else to it. But that is basically the card done, and then it will be displayed like so. Just like that. Oh, I've got a bit of pencil mark or something in there. Okay. But this is our card. This is how it will be displayed open. Now you could theoretically pop that down, fold it over, but it's too, can you see it's not going to go. So when you're folding this card down, oh gosh, and then again, we're still not going over. So both to the edge and then over. Yes, you do have a little bit sticking out. I mean, you could put this whole mechanism here that we've done today, we could go in at 8x8. Then when you pull that down, you're not going to see any of that because you've got the extra. All I would do for an 8x8 card is just make this part a little higher. So instead of the 15.2, it would be, what is 6 centimeters? 6 inches, right, 8 inches is, if we go to there, so you are looking at maybe a 19 for an 8x8. But once you've done this size, it's easy to work out. I might even do an 8x8 one. But that is basically our card done. So now, however you want to decorate it is entirely up to you. I'm not sure how I'm decorating this yet, but I will add the video onto the end of this one when I figure that out. But how cute is that? And it will still, depending on what you're putting on the front and on your box, this will still go in an envelope at the moment. And then all you do is open it up and just push it back. And then it will start, you can either have it standing like that or closer. Okay. We don't have them exactly married up though. We go push that one up. See, the whole love Kalau. It's not quite set, so we can move things. And now we have our two boxes heights the same. Okay. I don't even know what to put on this yet, but I'm sure I will figure that out. And like I said, I'll put it on the end of the video. So to decorate my card, this one, I found some Hunky Dory toppers. Now this is from Adorable Scribble Deluxe Card Collection Little Wings. Okay, and they get all different ones in here. But I'm going to use this Kingfisher, I believe. But you have all different owls, all different birds. Is that a blue tip, grey tip? What does it say on there? Little birdie sent me. No, it doesn't tell me. And then you get the backing paper to, backing card to go with it. But like I said, today I am going to use the the Kingfisher one, which is Wonderful Wings. I'll double check, see if it's still on the website. Not sure though. But you can always go over to Hunky Dory and see for yourselves. Now, this paper from Chloe is silver. Got silver embossing in it. And it's pretty. But this little chap is gold. But I don't mind mixing gold and silver. Don't be afraid to. There's no wrong or right answer to do that. I mix all the time. Sometimes I like to keep silver to silver, gold to gold. But on the occasion, when you need to, so you can mix. I'm just going to put some glue, PVA, on the back. We don't need to make our card any more stronger. So that's going on to there. Straight down. Put that away now. I don't need that no more. Put that in there. And then all I've done is put some foam pads on the back of this. I think I'm going to have him looking just offset a little bit. Just take this off. And having a look at that there. That's it. And then I have special friend or a happy or birthday wishes. So I think I'm going to put birthday wishes down there. Take that off the back. And have that slightly that way. And then when we open this up, I'm going to just put on these sides, I think. Just on those two sides. So pop them down there. Foam pad on this little topper here, this Kingfisher. Put him, oh gosh, him. Could be a girl, who knows. Gonna go slightly up a bit to there. Okay, just like that. And then so that's how it will look when you open the card. Okay, and then I think with this one, because he's going that way. Oh, they're opposites. That was happy accident. That one there. And then this says special friends. So I'm going to have that just off of there, like so. And again, that's how it's going to look when the card's displayed. So it still needs maybe something on these bits. I'm sure somewhere I've got some washi tape or flowers or something I can put on there. But this is basically our card done. Now, when you come to do an insert, you'll pop it on the back there. Okay, or you can just write on there. That's up to you. But that is our card finished. Apart from some gems, maybe some flowers on there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.